Hi, today I'll be presenting the Truman Show. What if your whole life was fake, like everything? Your friends, your town, even your memories. That's the world Truman lives in. The Truman Show isn't just a cool movie, it's a deep look at what we figure out, what's real, and who we are, and honestly, it's kind of scary. Truman Burbank is the star of a reality show, but he doesn't know it. Since birth, he's lived in a giant dome where everything is staged, and the people around him are actors, and his life is a broadcast 24/7. As Truman starts to notice weird stuff, like lights falling from the sky or people repeating themselves, he begins to question everything. My thesis is that Truman's journey shows how knowing the truth is tied to breaking free from the lies that shaped your identity. It's not just about facts, it's about freedom. My first analysis is that one scene that really stands out when when Truman talks to his best friend Marlon on the dock. Truman says, I feel like the whole world revolves around me. Marlon tries to calm him down, but we know Marlon lying, he's literally being fed lines by that director. This moment reminds me of Plato's allegory of the cave. In Plato's story, people live in a cave and think shadows on the wall are real. They don't know that there's a whole world outside. Truman is like one of those cave prisoners. He's starting to notice the shadows don't add up. Plato says real knowledge means escaping the cave and seeing the truth. Truman's suspicion is his first step toward escaping. But here's a twist Truman's cave isn't just a mistake, it's designed to keep him trapped. The people around him aren't clueless, they're a part of the system. That makes his escape even harder. My second analysis is that the most powerful scene in the Truman is when Truman sails away and crashes into the wall of the set. He's literally trying to leave this world, and he hits the edge. It's a fake sky. That moment reminds me of Descartes, who said maybe everything we know it's fake, like a dream or a trick from an evil demon. Truman's life is basically Descartes' worst case scenario. Descartes finds truth in I think, therefore I am. He says even if everything is fake, at least he knows he exists because he's thinking. Truman doesn't know that, doesn't say that, but he does something similar. He chooses to leave. That's his proof that he's real. He's not just reacting to the world anymore. He's making his own decisions. This is where Kant comes in. Kant says we never see the world as it really is. We only see what our minds let us see. Truman, Truman's world is totally fake, but his freedom comes from realizing that. When he hits the wall, it's not just a barrier, it's a clue. He finally sees the limits of his world, and that helps him break out of it. My counterpoint is that here's a challenge. What if Truman never really escapes? Baudrillard talks about how in our world fake stuff replaces real stuff. Like we care more about Instagram than real life. So when Truman walks out the door, maybe he's just entering another fake world. The audience cheers, the show ends, but maybe the simulation keeps going. Still, I think Truman's choice matters. Even if the next world is fake too, he's finally making his own decisions. That's a kind of truth, even if it's not perfect. Baudrillard makes us question whether we can escape the fake, but Truman shows that trying still matters. The implications is that this movie isn't just about Truman, it's about us. We live in a world full of ads, social media, and fake news. Sometimes it feels like we're our own Truman Show. The film makes us ask, are we really free? Do we know who we are, or are we just playing roles. Truman's story shows that the truth isn't just about facts. It's about breaking out of the systems that lie on us to us. And identity isn't just who we are, it's who we choose to be when we know the truth. That's why this movie is so hard, hits so hard. It's not just about escaping a fake town, it's about escaping a fake self. My conclusion is that The Truman Show is more than just a cool movie, it's a wake up call. Truman teaches us that reality and identity aren't things we're given. They're things we have to fight for. And sometimes, to find out who you really are, you have to crash into the wall. Thank you.